Let's move on to the MVPs, starting with your American League MVP. Who you got?
I mean, this one, I think the whole world knows who I have here, and it's Shohei Ohtani. For the other ones, I might have gone a little bit against the grain as in not picking the top guy with the best odds. Shohei Ohtani has by far the best odds I've ever seen to win the MVP award, and it's for a reason. Look, I could go on and on and on and on, but all I'll say is last year, for Shohei to not win the MVP award, it took Aaron Judge claiming the all-time American League home run record. This year, it's going to take somebody hitting 70 home runs. I mean, this guy is the best pitcher on the team. I can't say the best hitter because Mike Trout exists, but on many teams, he'd be the best hitter. He's the greatest talent the game has ever seen. And when it comes to this award, I'm not going to overthink it. And I'm not going to get too deep into this here when thinking, oh, maybe there's guys with a legitimate chance or close to as good of a chance and I should pick them. No, the best player on planet Earth right now is Shohei Ohtani. And we've been having that discussion for a little while, right? Is Shohei the best player in baseball? Did he pass like Mike Trout as the best player? And what was so cool about the World Baseball Classic and the way it ended is it was almost like a symbolic handing off of, and not for anything that Mike Trout has done. Mike Trout hasn't gotten any worse. He didn't play a big chunk of the year last year and he hit 40 home runs. Mike Trout is still Mike Trout, but nobody compares to Shohei Ohtani right now. And Aaron Judge had a remarkable year last year, and that won him the MVP. One of the best offensive seasons of all time. Do I think he can top that and hit 65, 70 home runs? I don't. And it's going to take something like that to beat Shohei Ohtani in a contract year and arguably the biggest year in Angels history, because if you're not winning, you're going to lose him. Shohei Ohtani is the MVP of the American League. He's the MVP of the game of baseball. And what he means to this sport is remarkable, and he's my choice and the easiest choice I had to make.
Oh, I agree 100%. And you also have to remember he's coming into this season after an incredible performance in the WBC, being the MVP of the WBC, where he got to represent his country, a dream come true for him. And we saw emotions from Ohtani after those wins that we have never seen. As you mentioned, he's coming into this year. He's on a contract year. Plus, since he's been 100% healthy and won the AL MVP, we've only seen his numbers and game improve. So think about that. Add all those other factors into this season. He is betting on himself. He's going to go off this year.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's move to the other side. Who is your National League MVP?
My NL MVP is Juan Soto. And here's why. Before last year, we were talking about Juan Soto being the best hitter in baseball. And at 23, heading into last year, talking about him as arguably being eventually one of the greatest hitters of all time. Already doing things that Ted Williams had never done and surpassing Ted Williams for certain on-base records and raking and getting himself having one of the best second halves of all time and getting back into the MVP conversation. And last year for Juan Soto was a bit of a down year. He hit around 250. Power numbers were, around in the 20s for homers. I just think he gets back to his true form. And the reason I say that isn't just like a gut feeling. I've watched him in the World Baseball Classic. He was on another planet. In spring training, he hit like 800. I mean, Juan Soto is back, and he said last year wasn't. We all saw it. Last year wasn't the Juan Soto that we got accustomed to seeing. It wasn't. I think he gets back to that. A full season in San Diego. The year started for him last year in Washington, who had no chance of being any good from the very beginning of the season, which is very tough to play for a team like that when you just know the team is tanking and they're not going to be good. Ends up getting traded at the trade deadline in one of the biggest trades ever. Now he knows where he's going to be, right? He knows where he's going to be, and he's going to get a full season under his belt there. And I think we see him back to MVP form, Juan Soto, for the San Diego Padres.
I like that. And you also have to remember he's going to have the support in that lineup. You have Soto, you have Machado, you have Tatis Jr. once he's back, you have Xander Bogaerts. Like, this is an all-star lineup where he is supported top to bottom. It's going to be fun to watch San Diego this year.
He won't be short of RBI opportunities. Let's say that. There will be plenty of people on base.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.